today's video, I am giving you the requirements for an Ausbildung. I'm going to make it seem more of a general requirement for apprenticeships in Germany. And this could be specific depending on where you're applying, because some other institution would want more documents while others will need less. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In case you're clicking in for the first time, I am Meveline and I am back with another video. For the requirements for an Ausbildung, I'm going to start with the age qualifications. You need to be at least 16 years of age by the time you're applying. And when you're 16, you identify under a minor. So it means for most of your paperwork, your parents or a guardian, someone has to sign certain documents for you. But if you are above 18, then you can sign all your documents by yourself. In order for you to be able to start an apprenticeship in Germany, you need at least an Abitur to start that. An Abitur is simply a German advanced level. Like whatever you have should be able to be equivalent to a German Abitur, which is to say that you must have completed at least 12 years in school. So primary and secondary school should be like 12 years. Then you've gotten like the advanced level. Then we are going to go to the next part, which would be the language proficiency. This is very important. Take note, guys. If you want to start a vocational training course in Germany, or if you want to start an apprenticeship in Germany, do well to get a B2 level of German, because that is the standard. You need a B2 level of German to be able to start an Ausbildung or an apprenticeship here in Germany. That is the standard. There are some institutions who are still willing to accept students who have B1. But on one condition. The condition is you must be fluent, can read and understand German for them to be able to take you in with a B1. So to be on the safe side, get yourself a B2. But if you think that your B1 can get you to start the course, then you can go ahead and defend yourself in a Vorstellungsgespräch or an interview and then see what happens. Probably you get a contract if you're good with German. After the language proficiency, over to the next part, which will be recognition of school credentials. First of all, before we get to the recognition of school credentials, you have to make sure that your documents are in English. So if your documents are in any other language except English, then you have to start with translation of those documents before you get to the recognition part. Let's say, for instance, your first language is Swahili, means your advanced level is in Swahili or whatever language that it is. It means that you'd have to submit all those documents for them to be translated to German before you can start the whole recognition procedure. But if your documents are in English, you can go ahead and start the recognition. Let's talk about the recognition procedure because this is really important. So for you to recognize your documents in Germany, you have to start by legalizing all the school credentials because you need your ordinary level, your advanced level. I don't know if you're applying here in Germany. If you're already in Germany like I did, you have to submit them for them to be legalized. When they are legalized or when they are certified, then you take the certified copies and send them to the Zeugnisanerkennungsstelle. That's the office in charge of recognition in the state where you live in Germany. Let's say you live in South Germany, Bavaria. There is one office in the entire Bavaria which is responsible for recognition of foreign documents. It's called the Guntenhaus, and I'm going to leave an address somewhere in the description for those of you who live in Bayern and you're trying to do that. This is where you mail your documents for them to be recognized. This procedure might take up to 6 and 8 weeks, like between 6 and 8 weeks. You might have to wait that long. And if everything works out well, you get your recognition certificate and you submit in the school where you're applying to. If not, they're going to contact you and request for more documents. If your advanced level is not recognized in Germany, they will contact you and let you know that you have to do the Student Collect or the German advanced level all over again. I'm really taking my time to explain everything to you step by step because I've gotten so many questions on this topic. And I feel like I am getting the same questions over and over again. So this is why I am breaking this video down into bits and pieces. Here is what you should note while you're doing all of this. Let's say you're applying for nursing, for instance. You must not have done any nursing related course back in your country or have done nursing subjects like biology or whatsoever in school. Regardless of your background, once your advanced level is recognized in Germany, you are allowed to start this program in the university. So it's egal, it doesn't really matter. Just submit your documents for them to be recognized, and when they're recognized, you go further. I'll just put this out here for putting sake. It depends on where your advanced level is gotten from. You might be requested to have an ordinary level mathematics. I know that mostly from people who come from Zimbabwe, they usually want them to have ordinary level mathematics for their advanced level to be recognized, for them to start an Ausbildung here, or they have to go back to Student Collect, which is the entire advanced level again in Germany. That is the situation for most Zimbabweans. But nevertheless, if you're a Zimbabwean watching me, go ahead and still apply for your recognition and let them tell you what they want. Okay, so now these are like the general requirements that most institutions would want for an apprenticeship here in Germany. Let's now move over to the application process. Listen to me carefully. For the application process, you're going to need a CV and a motivation letter. As for the CV, there is a format for writing CVs here in Germany. If you're applying for anything in Germany, there is a format. It must be a tabular CV and you need to attach your picture on the CV. That's the standard for German CVs. Do let me know in the comment section if you need any help on that. I'm going to record a video on that, or if I can help you directly, I'm just going to do that. We move on to the motivation letter. You have to write a convincing letter where you would be explaining to a school or a hospital why they should employ you and why they should enroll you as a nursing student or whatever profession you want to do an Ausbildung on. So you have to convince them why you want to be a nurse or why you want to study informatics or whatever, and tell them why you want to work with them or why you chose them for your studies and all of that. I have made a detailed letter on how to write a motivation letter for an Ausbildung. I'm going to leave it somewhere up to check it out in case you need help with that. You can do that for any other motivation letter you want to write. Just edit everything. While you're compiling these documents for the application process, do include a reference letter in case you have worked before. Let's say you lived in Germany and prior to your Ausbildung, you've done FSJ, the Freiwilliges Soziales Jahr. It's generally known as a voluntary year in Germany. If you've offered a voluntary year in Germany, do attach your Zeugnis. There is this reference letter that comes from your employer or wherever you did your FSJ. You get something at the end. It is called a Zeugnis in German. I think in English, it's just like a reference, letter of reference. Do add that when you're applying for an Ausbildung. It's going to give you an upper hand. And this goes for people who have done FSJ in Germany. If you volunteered in Germany already, especially in caregiving, and you're applying for nursing, you're going to be easily considered over people who haven't done any voluntary service or who have no knowledge of nursing and whatsoever. So that's how it kind of works. After adding your reference letter to your file, you need a police clearance, which is just simply to show that you have no criminal record. And you need a medical certificate which you can get from your doctor. In case you're in Germany, you just need to book an appointment with your doctor and tell them you need a medical certificate. If you've piled this together, then you should add photocopies of your school documents. But this is now subjective because some schools will need that, others do not need it. So just see the extra documents that you'll be requested from in a particular school and put them together. If you need photocopies, then add the photocopies. If you don't need them, then go along with what you have and put all these documents we've talked about in the video, like your language, your recognition, and everything. Put everything in one file. After you've submitted these documents, all you need to do is take a chill pill and relax. 2 to 3 weeks down the line, maybe 1 month maximum, you're going to get feedback from these people. If they're interested in you, they are going to let you know if there's anything else you need to submit. And if there's no document they want from you, they are going to book you in for a Vorstellungsgespräch, which is generally known as an interview in English. And prepare for your interview, go get it done, and hopefully you are coming out with a contract for an Ausbildung. These are the documents you need, and this is how you do it. For all of you who are applying for an Ausbildung, I wish you all the best, but do put all the documents that are being asked of you and submit, and I'm sure you're going to get a positive response from the place where you're applying, and then you can take it from there. So that has been it for the requirements for an Ausbildung. If you found this video helpful, please do give me thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe and become a part of this amazing community. Thank you guys for watching this video. Whew, this one was quite hectic.